Gentlemen, the time has come once again to discuss things.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Sid Part 2, and I'm joined today by...
It's your boy, Rasco.
Shaboy Rasco, indeed. Rasco, what are we here to do today?
Talking about a fan film. It was either called Harley Quinn or just Harley. I can't tell because I know it just says Harley at the end, but I think the title of the video might have been Harley Quinn fan film.
It is Harley Quinn fan film. At the end... Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, you got a little bit of the audio there. Yeah, it just says Harley at the end. That is weird. That's an inconsistency. I don't know. Weird. Okay. Anyway, yes, we were talking about that. I don't know, Rasco, what are your initial thoughts since you picked it?
Well, this will fit right in with our other fan film reviews of fan films that aren't really films, they're just like a scene. In this case, 2 fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I was not expecting the fight scenes to be this competent and pretty kick-ass.
I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I've done films and stuff with fight scenes, and like the way it worked out is we only had a girl to stand in as one of the people we were beating up in a fight scene.
Yeah.
And she just, like, you know, it takes a lot to find, like, the right kind of a girl willing to do crap like this. And this actress pulls it off fantastically. Like, she does a pretty decent Harley Quinn, but the fact that she's competent in a fight scene and is able to stay in character during that fight scene really enhances the performance here for me, because like I've just done stuff with this and I'm like, okay, we can't like fake punch because even that'll hurt too much and all this other stuff. Not to sound sexist, just that's been my experience. So I was really impressed that we had something that is this action oriented with a female lead. That on a fan film budget, that was really impressive. All those things kind of piled together really, really impressed the hell out of me.
Yeah, I agree. I also noticed that she did a great job of making sure that she was aware of how her facial expressions were coming across during the fight scenes. Mm-hmm. She makes sure to communicate that like she's kind of having fun and that this is, you know, like she didn't like break character to do the difficult stunts. Mm-hmm. And then turn into Harley Quinn when it's time to speak. It was very much like a fluid, I'm Harley Quinn the entire time.
Yeah, she's got a smile 10 miles wide on her face. Like, and then there's just like subtle things about like the physical portrayal. Like, I love when she's going down the stairs in the beginning and she like, kind of like, you know, leans on the rail and like does like uses her momentum around it, just having fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's a really great subtle touch.
I agree.
And, like, I was worried about this the second I saw it with the Suicide Squad outfit.
Yeah, me too.
Because I did not like that movie. The Harley in that was a pretty good Harley, all things considered, but still not a very good movie, and I was worried that it was going to, you know, affect the fan film. But no, I was reasonably happy with this overall. Like, I have some problems, and we'll get into it, but nothing, like, that really soured me on it or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like Suicide Squad at all. I think it's pretty bad, but I liked the performance of Harley, but I'm not a fan of like Hooker Harley.
Yeah, I'm reminded, like, specifically that they're doing the Suicide Squad outfit. I'm reminded of something Alex brought up on his Twitter at one point. It was, when was the last time Harley Quinn actually looked like a Harlequin?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a consistent problem. Like, for years we kept her in the same outfit, and then Joker by Lee Bermejo and Brian Azzarello came out, and they put her in, like, the corset and stuff. And it was cool for that book, but she hasn't gone back too much since, and it's a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I don't know.
like,
I just love the classic costume.
yeah, I tend to agree, but onto the fan film itself. I mean, it looks like a decent cosplay, but this isn't something that, like, is very hard to cosplay. They sell all the stuff for it at, like, Hot Topic. And so that was, that was a little on the disappointing side. I just prefer more of a, like, if not a traditional Harley, something that, like, blends kind of halfway between,
Yeah, and I will say this. I felt like, specifically her voice, it's not the Suicide Squad voice of Harley.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much trying to be more accurate to, like, animated series. I like that. In general, it didn't. It is weird because I guess this isn't in the Suicide Squad continuity. It's not in the DCEU, I would assume, because we see Robin at the end.
Well, it depends on whether or not there's been multiple Robins in the DCEU, right? And it's not even Robin. It's pretty sure that's Nightwing.
Okay, well, I feel like Robin looks more like Nightwing every time I see Robin. Like, we go more Nightwing with the mask. Like, even just with Robin from, like, Batman and Robin. At that point, he's practically Nightwing with, like, a red Robin on him instead.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, so, like, I mean, it could certainly be if they want it to be. Honestly, it's better. I don't know why they'd want to mix with that at this point.
I don't either.
It's hard to talk about this on a story level because what's the story? Harley Quinn beats some guys up breaking out of prison, gets an outfit from the Joker, and then goes and beats some more guys up because apparently the Joker has a plan to lure Batman somewhere, and he sends her off on a mission to go get people in that service. And then after she beats these guys up, Nightwing's like Harley Quinn because he's following her apparently.
Yeah.
That is the plot. There's an entirety of the plot synopsis that took me less than 30 seconds, so there's not a ton to talk about there. We mentioned the fight choreography. Were you really, like, when did you go, damn, this is actually looking pretty legit as far as fight choreography went? At what point were you impressed?
I honestly want to say, like, right off the bat.
Yeah. You get the dry laugh. Hee hee ha ha. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I can't. Yeah, I thought it was just pretty solid. I mean, I wasn't. It just really hit, I'm trying. I'm just. It's accidental.
It just really hit. It punched at you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
No, I like the first guard she takes out. I was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty good. And then the second one, she, like, backflips him onto some stairs. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, is that dude okay?
Yeah, because that was the thing that was really impressive, is that they did things that looked like the only way you could have done them is to actually hurt somebody.
Right? Like, when she jumps on the dude's face and, like, does that kind of flip move thing, it looks like a fucking Mortal Kombat move, right?
Yeah.
That was like, cool as shit. Like, the fight choreography is really the selling point on this, and it's damn good. You know, we just talked about the Croft one, and it's weird. Is this suddenly becoming Geeky Gentleman, female fan film reviews? Like, female leads only?
Feminism month.
Feminism month on Geeky Gentleman. Oh man, that's how we get attention. We get the negative attention from all the people who are pissed off at us for doing Feminism Month. It's like, oh, Geeky Gentleman, it should be a show about men. No, but anyway, like, just the fight choreography is the major selling point on this, and for some reason, I'm more impressed with this than I was with the Tomb Raider fan film, even though they are really just fight scenes. I think this helps just because it's shorter.
I think that works because it's not trying to... What works is that, like, if you're not going to have a story, don't drag me along for 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And this, it doesn't do that. It's, it's pretty short. And, there were some things with some of the fight scenes that I really enjoyed how, during the second one, they did, like, some long takes. And especially her introduction to that scene where she's just talking to the guys, I really like that. It's just like a oneer. They don't really, like, cut at all when she's talking to them. I love her line about, like, I have the talking stick, or I don't know if she called it that, but she's like, I have the bat and I get to speak. You have the bat, you can speak. I like that. I thought that all of those, like, thugs that she was fighting, I think one of them was a really good actor, the guy with the beard. The other ones weren't great, but everyone seemed really comfortable. And the dialogue there was pretty, like, fun and natural and a little quippy, just, like, basic things. And it just, like, oh wow, like, this kind of works. I will say that, like, some of the accents are not good. I'm sorry if you really have that accent. I don't think you do, because it doesn't sound like you do, but...
That's just how I talk, man! What the shit? No, I agree. I didn't love the accents, but I think why I like this more is it's just got a better tone for something that's just action than the Croft fan film did. This has that kind of, like, really fun, giddy tone to it. And it's like, it's not just Harley that's having fun here. Like, there's some legitimately, like, I just love that Gotham's criminals are completely incompetent. That's just a thing I legitimately enjoy. And to hear this guy be like, I don't even have a gun, that's funny. That
worked. Like, that felt like something I could actually see in a movie.
Yeah, totally.
A line like that, like, that was legitimately kind of like a little amusing thing to have happen. And just, it made it... I get so tired of, like, all thugs are really serious and really badass until they get their asses kicked. Mm-hmm. Like, I like when, you have the one guy in the group who's kind of an idiot. Another cop is driving by. Sorry if you hear that in the background.
Roscoe lives outside of a police station.
I live in Gotham City, actually.
Yeah. No, I agree. The thugs are really fun in this. And, like, anytime we get anything with Harley Quinn, I get really worried about how they write her. Mm-hmm. Particularly how they write her in relation to the Joker. Because it's pretty easy to just write Harley Quinn dialogue. She's adorable. And she's hilarious. That's all you really have to do is write adorable yet hilarious dialogue with a bit of a dark twist to it. What I get really worried about is character motivation, and in particular, how important she is to the Joker.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton yet, but as far as just, do I believe that the Joker would break Harley Quinn out of prison and then send her on an errand to go recruit thugs for his plan, yes, 100%, yes, I buy that. It's like when she's the most important thing to him and stuff like that is when I get really worried about people writing Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand their relationship, and I find that disturbing. But
it's not bagels, people. If you think Harley Quinn and Joker is bagels, you're wrong.
Oh, Bae, B-A-E.
Yeah, not bagels. They're also not bagels, but they're not bagels, but they're also not bagels. Neither one of those are true.
Oh, homonyms. The internet age has born a new generation of homonyms. Oh, man, we're having a lot of fun on this episode, people. No, I agree, and that's something that always bothers me. And they're kickstarting for at least 2 more episodes. By the time this review is posted, the Kickstarter will have ended. So sorry we couldn't help send people there, but right now I think it said they had like $1,800, and I mean I gotta assume that's enough to do something else with.
Yeah, considering that considering that they can pretty much do what the Question fan film did is just you can just find areas to film that are perfectly believable for Gotham, and wherever you live, most likely.
Yeah, I'm reasonably confident they could pull something off. It's a question of what kind of story they want to tell versus what can they do now. Can they afford the costumes for Batman and Nightwing and all that stuff or not?
Also, I'll say this: it lessens. It makes it less of an issue that this is kind of just like a scene or 2 scenes. There's going to be more parts.
It potentially.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, it doesn't necessarily make it I mean, it's not a huge problem to begin with because it's not pretending that it's not that. But I'm just saying it's this is this thing, and we're going to do another part, and then another part, and there's opportunities there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I am interested to see if there'll be more. I'm not gonna donate to it, mostly because I'm getting married in a couple weeks, so I need to be saving money right now. But overall, I was pretty happy with how this was written. Again, I would have preferred not the movie costume, but what can you do? It'd be neat to see her get into something more traditional.
Yeah, one thing is if you went the traditional route, you'd have to get a really good costume that wasn't just this restricting kind of weird costume where you can't really fully open up your arms and legs properly. I feel like that it could be kind of difficult to get a more animated series style Harley costume that is also flexible enough for you to do all of the kind of stunts and fighting in this.
Yeah, and that's why I don't mind going for something a little bit different. The animated series, it was a unitard, so you could certainly do that, but that wouldn't necessarily look good on film. I was thinking something more along the lines of black jeans, red and black top kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just I need the jester thing. I'm tired of ponytail Harley Quinn. I need the jester cap.
I concur. Everyone should wear one.
Yeah, jester cap should be a thing. Even if it's not a cowl, I just need the jester cap back in my life. I'm not loving the pigtails anymore. But that's just a general thing. It doesn't really hurt the piece itself. It's just, personal preference for me. I'd prefer more of a traditional Harley Quinn look. What else with this? What else? We talked about the acting for the thugs, acting for Harley. Man, we're running out. Rask always does this. He always picks these 4-minute fan films, and I never know what to say. Oh man, what are we gonna talk about? I don't know, Rasco, you take us somewhere.
Okay. Bagels.
Oh my.
Um, I don't know. We've talked about the acting for the most part. I think definitely the girl playing Harley though. We talked about her a little bit. I think she's pretty good. I mean, she certainly. I mean, like, she's definitely. There's no doubt about her. I mean, it's not like she's giving a bad performance or anything. It's pretty good. I mean, it's much better than I was expecting. Harley is one of those characters that I feel like you could very easily try to be Harley and just not work at all, and just because it's one of those things where you kind of have to be like at 100% when you're playing Harley Quinn.
Yes.
You've got to be like not. You've got to be intense, not like I'm Harley Quinn intense, but like you've got to just be like up, like you're just all there. You're all in, and it's one of those things where when you have to do that, you're either going to be absolutely horrible, and I see that all the time with Jokers on YouTube.
Yes.
Just absolutely terrible Jokers. There are good Jokers too, obviously, but I've seen just Jokers where I'm like, okay, I really just want to like cringe when I watch this. But luckily, and I imagine that would be the case for Harley in general across fan films. But this Harley works. She's pretty freaking good. I gotta give her props.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's not perfect, but this is pretty enjoyable. What are we gonna talk about? What else is there to say?
Editing was solid.
Yeah. We talked about the way it was shot a little bit. I was pretty happy with the length at which they shot the fight scenes. Because you brought that up briefly, but just thank you. Fight scenes that are actually shot from a distance to prove that your actors know how to fight.
Yeah.
That's just cool.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, it's, there's the two major components to a fight scene. It's like, well, three, I guess. It's the fight choreography, the distance is what you're shooting it, and then the editing, and those three things all are all work here. I don't know. This is just one of those ones where I feel like the technical aspects are so incredibly solid, and it actually took a moment to give some life to some thugs that normally would just be thugs that would have nothing interesting to say. There would be no levity, no humor. It really does feel kind of like the Harley relationship that I would imagine. Like, I feel like I've heard some dialogue between Harley and Joker thugs in the Arkham games that this could fit right into.
Yeah, and then there's this great one-shot comic with Harley Quinn from the Joker's Asylum series. Joker's Asylum Harley Quinn. And just the way she talks to Joker's henchmen is adorable. She just gives them orders to prepare stuff for their dates. Like, I love that. That's just really, really inherently interesting Harley Quinn stuff. And it's adorable. Man, I don't know. This is the problem with talking about these shorter fan films, is we just run out of things to say on them. And I don't know what else to say about this. So, yeah. Cool. Rasco, what do you rate this fan film?
I'm going to give this fan film, because of just its because it's just generally pretty quality across the board, and that it's not a complete story. It's mainly just two scenes, but the fact that they didn't make a 20-minute long fan film I'm going to say this is a 4 out of 5 baseball bat to the motherfucking face.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to continue with this theme. Oh wait, hold on. Let me give my rating first. Sorry. I'll give it. Yeah, I think 4 out of 5 is fair. I'll give it 4 out of 5. thugs that somehow endured a robbery without a gun. Like, I'm legitimately impressed by that guy.
I want that fan film next.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I'm going to continue the theme of Geeky Gentleman Feminism Month, because that's what this suddenly has become, except not really. I'm going to continue the theme of female fan films, or fan films with a female lead. And we're going to talk about Rain fan film. It's a Storm fan film.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
That's cool.
I don't know a ton about Storm, but this should be a neat little thing to watch. So, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Please tune in next week for that. Until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
And I am the beta male cuck.
And we are your Geeky Gentlemen. And we will be discussing things.